Hello everyone, and a Merry Christmas. It's that time of year again where it's rainy, it's wet, it's cold, and there's nothing better to do than to get around your table and play a board game with your friends and family. Well, today we're going to be talking about particularly my storage of Memoir 44 and how I upgraded it a little bit, not much. As you remember last year, around this same time, I did a upgrade in a storage on Villainous and how I store my Villainous games. Anyways, let's start off with the box. It's a very sturdy box, just like any other board game box it comes in. But as you get inside the box, you notice it comes with these really flimsy plastic molded pieces. I'll show them to you. And they're expecting you to fit all the game components in here after the first time to get it back in the box to where it's nice and even and it stores properly. Well, I found out that that's not the case, and it's not as easy as it was whenever you first took it apart. Let's just take a look at this Eastern Front box. It's not the same material as the other constructed boxes. I mean, the outer sleeve is this thin cardstock. I mean, I can just fold it easily. And then the same thing on the inside. It's this thin cardstock. And as you look in there, it's all built together and the whole thing's held together by a piece of Scotch tape on the bottom of the box. But it's real thin cardstock. And on the inside of most of these expansion packs, this one being the Eastern Front, you have the same type of molds, these thin plastic molds, and then you have these other ones that are kind of thin and plasticky that hold your tiles, your terrain tiles, or any other badges that come with the game. And some of them barely even fit in here. They didn't make them deeper or big enough, and they kind of move around inside these boxes, and it's just not very secure. And I just wasn't happy with, constantly, taking it out, sliding it out, open up the box. It's just not a very heavy duty box to be continuously opening them and carrying them around. I keep the boxes just for nostalgia's sake and keep them in the closet safe. I will say the new Flight Plan box is the same as the base game box, and it still has the same flimsy plastic pieces holding the planes that are in the new Flight Plan. So that's my take on the original boxes, and they came in. They look really good, and I want to try and keep them looking nostalgic and keep them from bending and keep them from ripping. So I don't use any of the regular boxes in this game, any of them. I've taken all the pieces out, and I'll show you here in a minute how I store my Memoir 44 material. All right, let's talk a little bit about the upgrades I've done. Something basic as you can do is just sleeve your games. These are 10-min sleeves, just a large size, 59 by 92. And they do a really good job of protecting your cards from getting bent up. Something I liked, and I'll tell you in a minute what's wrong with them, but they're these little squares. They're kind of look like dog tags, and they hold them in. I'm trying to get a zoom in on it. They hold them in place. Now, the pieces vary from year to year, so some fit really easily and just easily to remove, and others fit not quite as much. That's why that one on the top right's kind of sticking out, but it still keeps it kind of together and looks really nice on the board. Now these other things I have here are dice towers. This one has the Axis colors and symbols on it, and this other one has the Allies symbol and colors on it. A dice tower that was on Amazon. Put a link for the description on that. And that's basically all I have for the upgrades. I really didn't need to do much for this game. I do like the way the setup is. So, alright, we're going to start off pretty basic here. This bag here is a Field Line range bag, and I put the link in the description for Amazon. But it's got a lot of pockets. This front pocket I hold various things like rubber bands and sleeves in case I need them. Any extra storage compartment holders and stuff. This second sleeve I hold my dice towers in. And then this main sleeve in here is where I hold, this is a folder. It's just a zipped up folder from like Office Depot. Just zips up. This is what I hold all my rule books in. So it just holds them in there like that. All my rule books and map, expansion pack max, and just different various pieces of paper that would explain the game, those type of things. So that's just a basic folder. All it is a black zip-up binder, and it holds it pretty well. Also got in here the maps. We got some of the maps, basic maps, advanced maps that are for the game. And then I found online some player cards and just printed them up and laminated the cards. Those go in there. And then I have these folders, and then inside are the bonus scenarios I printed up online. So these blue folders, you get them at your local Office Depot, Walmart, and then they have inside, I have page sleeves to protect them. I got that at Office Depot also for pretty cheap. You get a lot of sleeves in a box for a few dollars. So I have those in the folders. And then I have a clear Ultra Pro box storing some command cards and some terrain cards. It's just an Ultra Pro clear box that somebody gave me. And then for the rest of the cards, I made a box. Somebody gave me a Magic card box, and I put vinyl on it, and then I printed up pictures and then laminated with regular lamination paper onto the box itself. That's what the top looks like. It's just a basic magic box for cards. And then this is the base, and I stuck all the different variations of cards in there and then separated the different versions of all the cards that I need to play the game with pieces of cardstock. So worked out pretty well. So that's how I store my cards that I mostly use all the time. This one in this clear box are just extra cards. And that's pretty much for the inside. This is what the inside looks like. It's got a couple of sleeves here on the side, so I stick those folders inside those side sleeves, and then there's a middle base. And then on the back side, it has a zipper on the back side. I store another map. So this game has several maps. So they all fit inside this bag for me in all these scenarios. Put the maps in there. A folder. The cards. And then these game player aids. And that's it for that. Like I said, this bag is a Field Line range bag. you basically use these bags to go shoot at the range with. It has ammo slots and stuff like that, but it worked perfectly to store some of the basic stuff for this game. So now we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of it. Bring up this bag. So this is a 511 tactical bag that I had, and I just put some dog tags on the sides and on the front, hanging it from the sides. And then I went down my local military surplus store and bought some patches just to kind of, throw some military looking style stuff to it. And so we're going to start off with the basic stuff of storing some of these things that come with it. So this is Acro Mills. Just trying to look at it for you, try and get the best. But I put the trays and the dice, and this is the small one of Acro Mills. I'll put a link in the description for it, but this is the small one. I put my dice in there and those little trays that hold your cards. And on this side has another zipper, and that it's the same thing. Acro Mills is a small one, and I put all the little badges in it that are for the game, and some of the stuff for the new flight plan, the bombs, the bullets, and then all the badges that go with the game, or most of the badges. And then on the inside, I have another one of these. Acro Mills is some more of the badges for this game. There's a lot of badges to represent all the expansions, and they fit perfectly in these small little containers. And here's another one that I fit some more badges, and there's a few pieces of Ziploc bags in there for storage if I need it. And so let's put all my badges and stuff in the small Acro Mills, and then the large Acro Mills fits. So this is the base game. This is everything this is 2 base game figurines and 2 base game tiles, and it all fit in this one. And then on the back I label it what it is, Memoir 44 base game. So they fit these tiles, the game tiles, really well. And the way I found these is I typed in Memoir 44 storage, and the first thing that popped up, or one of the first things that popped up, was somebody who did a review on these Acro Mills. I'm just saying that right, Acro Mills storage compartments, that they fit the tiles for Memoir 44 perfectly. So they kind of sold me on the one guy who did the review, but the compartments really do fit those tiles perfectly, and they stay in there, so pretty secure. But just try to give you an idea how deep these are. This is two Memoir 44 base game figurines, and two Memoir 44 base game tanks. Same thing on the green side. So it kind of gives you an idea how deep these are. So that's that box. And then I did, this is three different expansions all in one box. So it kind of narrows it down. So I put Memoir 44 Eastern Front, Terrain Pack, and Renter Wars. I label them on the back or on the bottom. And it fits those same terrain packs, and then there's your tanks and your people for the different expansions, and then it fits those little bridges, and yeah, everything fits pretty perfectly in these deals. And then haven't quite really figured out, but I think I'm just going to leave it like this. This is the flight plan. These are all the planes, and then I have some more trays there. But you have to use a pretty wide portion of these boxes to store these bombers, some of these bigger planes, but also labeled that one on the bottom. But yeah, so I think I'm just going to go with this, and the little stands, they fit perfectly in there, and then I have the sticks in there, but those little flight plan sticks fit in there. And then this is Mediterranean Theater and Pacific Theater in one box. So narrowed it down to a few boxes, other than having all those cardstock boxes that they come in. And like I said, it's a tactical bag. And these dog tags are just shields of strength that somebody gave my wife a while back. And 511 tactical bag. And there's my military patches that I just got from the military store just to kind of spruce it up a little bit. I'll put all this stuff in the link of the description. I'll put all this stuff in the link of the description to show you what, you know, where I got it from and how I got it. So, and then you just stick them in there. You can fit them either that way, flat, or you can fit them like this or like this. Just depends on what your preference is. So I'll slide two of those small ones on the side, and then that closes that up. And then the side pocket, kind of hold this up. And fit in there and zip up. Everything on the side. So if you're like me and you want this game to last, then you get better storage for it. If you only pull it out a few times or whatever, then the regular boxes are fine. But constantly pulling out the game and playing it and using it and transporting it can really take a toll on some of these boxes that are kind of flimsy and just not of good quality. So that's why I went with the kind of the tackle box look. And by no means do I have, you know, everything for this series. There's still a lot out there that I wish I still had. But anyways, thanks for watching. This is Jammin' with Jammin' Outdoors. Merry Christmas.